You know, there is something nobody really talks about. Something that millions of people over 60 experience every single morning, in silence, without realizing it does not have to be this way. You wake up, and for the first few minutes, your vision is blurry. You blink again and again, and you wait 5 minutes, sometimes 10, before the world comes back into focus. Or maybe it is something else. You walk into a room and you stand there, trying to remember why you came. You read a page of a book, and by the time you reach the bottom, you have already forgotten what was at the top. These are not necessarily signs of serious illness, but they are signals. Signals that your brain and your eyes are sending you, telling you they need help. And today, I am going to talk to you about 4 natural drinks whose results are absolutely remarkable for people over 60. Not medications, not expensive supplements. Juices made from real foods you probably already know, prepared at home, and drunk at the right moments of the day. These 4 juices can, according to studies published in serious scientific journals, help your brain regenerate during the night, improve blood circulation to your retina, protect the macula, that precious area of your eye responsible for sharp central vision, and support your memory and concentration every single day. So get comfortable, because what you are about to learn here can change your daily life in very concrete ways. Here is a piece of data that personally struck me. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging revealed that more than 92% of adults over 65 are lacking at least one key nutrient essential for eye and brain repair. And here is the detail that changes everything. This repair does not happen during the day. It happens at night, while you sleep. Every night, while you are sleeping, your body is trying to consolidate your memories, regenerate your neurons, and repair your visual cells. But if it is missing the right fuel to do that work, it simply cannot do it properly. And the next morning, you wake up with a heavy head and eyes that take forever to focus. The good news is that you can change this with 4 natural juices, drunk at the right times. Let us start with the first one. It is probably the one you know best, but one whose true power for your eyes and brain after 60 most people do not fully understand. I am talking about carrot juice. The carrot is one of the rare natural foods that simultaneously nourishes both the retina and the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain that manages your working memory and your ability to concentrate. Carrots are extremely rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. Vitamin A is absolutely essential for the photoreceptors in your retina, those tiny cells that allow you to see in low light, to distinguish contrasts, and to perceive fine details. When your body is lacking vitamin A, those cells begin to deteriorate. That is often where blurry vision in the morning begins, and where difficulty seeing at night and dry, irritated eyes start. These are symptoms that many people blame on age, when they could actually be linked to a nutritional deficiency that can be corrected. Carrot juice also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 compounds that concentrate in the macula, the central area of your retina that allows you to read, recognize faces, and distinguish colors. They act as a natural filter against free radicals and blue light that gradually damage this precious zone. For the brain, carrot juice contains a plant compound called falcarinol, which protects the membranes of neurons and reduces inflammation in brain tissue. A study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience in 2021 showed that daily consumption of a juice rich in beta-carotene improved working memory in people over 65. Participants who drank 250 milliliters of carrot juice every morning for 8 weeks showed a 13% improvement in visual recall tests. In real life, that is the difference between forgetting your neighbor's name and remembering it right away. One important detail: the nutrients in carrot juice are fat soluble. Your body absorbs them much better in the presence of fat. So drink this juice at breakfast, alongside a little avocado, a handful of walnuts, or a spoonful of olive oil. That small detail can multiply the absorption of nutrients dramatically. My practical recommendation is 2 to 3 medium carrots, peeled and juiced. Add a slice of fresh ginger or a squeeze of lemon if you like. Drink it every morning, consistently. Consistency is where all the power of this approach lives. Let's move to the second juice. It is a deep red color. It has a taste that some people find strong at first, but one you get used to quickly, especially when you start to feel its effects. I'm talking about beet juice. Most people, when they think about fading memory or declining vision, don't think about blood circulation. And yet it's one of the most underestimated causes of these problems after 60. Your brain uses roughly 20% of your body's oxygen. Your retina is one of the most energy-hungry tissues in the entire human body. Both of these organs depend entirely on strong, efficient blood circulation. As we age, blood vessels lose their flexibility. Blood flow to the brain, and eyes decreases. And that's often where the brain fog begins. The mental slowness, the eye fatigue. Beets are rich in dietary nitrates. When you drink beet juice, those nitrates are converted by your body into nitric oxide, a molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. More oxygen reaches your brain and your retina, and the effects are seriously documented. A clinical study published in the journal Nitric Oxide in 2020 showed that adults over 60 who drank beet juice daily had significantly improved cerebral blood flow, particularly in the frontal lobe, which manages attention, decision-making, and short-term memory. After just 4 weeks, participants were reacting faster and concentrating better. And for the eyes, a 2019 study confirmed that increased nitric oxide production from beet juice helped maintain retinal thickness and reduce oxidative stress in aging subjects. What I particularly appreciate about beet juice is the speed. Nitric oxide production begins within 30 minutes of drinking it. Some people report a feeling of mental clarity on the very same day. Here is how to prepare it. Use 1 medium raw beet, a small apple, or half an orange to soften the earthy taste. Drink it in the afternoon, between 2 and 4 o'clock. That moment when almost everyone feels a drop in energy. That one glass can restart your cerebral circulation and help you get through the rest of the day with much more vitality. Now let's come to the third juice. It's a deep blue-violet color, slightly sweet. Its effects on the aging brain are among the most documented in modern nutrition. I'm talking about blueberry juice. If you were to take away just one message from today, it could be this one. It is never too late for your brain. Blueberries are among the most concentrated natural sources of anthocyanins, antioxidants that do far more than fight inflammation. They stimulate neurogenesis, meaning the formation of new brain cells. A major study published in the Journals of Gerontology in 2020 showed that older adults who consumed blueberry juice daily for 12 weeks showed significant improvements in memory, processing speed, and neural activity, visible on MRI scans. Anthocyanins cross the blood-brain barrier, reduce oxidative stress in the hippocampus, and stimulate brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the protein that helps your brain cells survive and connect with each other. For the eyes, anthocyanins protect the ganglion cells of the retina, which transmit visual signals to the brain. A study in 2019 showed that regular blueberry consumption preserved retinal structure, even under significant oxidative stress. Blueberry juice does not just slow decline. It actively supports the regeneration of the very systems that allow you to think clearly and see sharply. Here is how to prepare it. 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries, blended with a little water or half a banana for a softer texture. Drink it in the evening, about an hour and a half before bed. That is when your brain is preparing its nightly repair cycle, and these nutrients can go directly to support that work. We come now to the 4th and final juice. It is green, humble, and probably the least expected of the 4. And yet many researchers consider it one of the most complete foods for the aging brain and eyes. I am talking about spinach juice. Spinach is exceptionally rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, those protective pigments that deposit directly into your macula. As we age, the levels of these pigments naturally decline, and that is when the macula becomes vulnerable to ultraviolet rays, free radicals, and chronic inflammation. A study published in Nutrients in 2020 showed that higher blood concentrations of lutein and zeaxanthin, obtained through leafy green consumption, were directly associated with better contrast sensitivity and faster visual processing speed in older adults. In simple terms, you see more clearly, and your brain processes what you see more quickly. For the brain, spinach is rich in folate, a B vitamin essential for the production of dopamine and serotonin, which regulate your mood and motivation. Even more importantly, folate helps regulate homocysteine, a compound that in excess is toxic to neurons and strongly linked to cognitive decline. A trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2018 showed that older adults with low folate levels scored lower on memory and attention tests, and that restoring those levels through diet improved cognitive function in a measurable way. Spinach also contains vitamin K, which protects the membranes of brain cells and supports myelin, the protective sheath that allows your nerve signals to travel quickly. One precaution: spinach contains oxalates, which can interfere with calcium absorption and may not be ideal in large quantities for people with kidney issues. Moderation is key. 1 small glass a day is more than enough. My recommendation is a large handful of raw spinach, a green apple, or half a cucumber to mellow the flavor. Drink it in the morning, between breakfast and lunch. Even 1 small glass can bring noticeable clarity, both to your vision and your thinking. Now, how do you fit all of this into your life without it becoming overwhelming? Nobody needs one more complicated routine to manage. In the morning with breakfast, drink carrot juice. Mid-morning, have spinach juice. In the afternoon, between 2 and 4, choose beet juice. In the evening, about 90 minutes before bed, have blueberry juice. But above all, you do not need to drink all 4 every single day. 2 juices a day is already remarkable. Start with just 1, whichever one you already have the ingredients for. Build it into your routine for a week, then add a second. What matters is consistency, not perfection. You do not need a professional juicer. An ordinary blender and a fine strainer are enough for most of these juices. I want to say something important before we close. It is very common after 60 to start accepting everything. Vision getting worse, that is just age. Memory slipping, that is just age. Brain getting slower, that is just age. We tell ourselves it is inevitable, that it would be naive to think we can do anything about it. But what science is telling us paints a different picture. The human brain retains a remarkable plasticity. the ability to form new connections, to compensate for losses, to regenerate. That ability does not disappear at 60 or 70 or even 80. It slows down, yes, but it is still there. When you give your body the right nutrients consistently, you activate repair mechanisms that may have been dormant for years. You rebuild protections that time had worn away. You give your brain and your eyes a real chance to function better tomorrow than they do today. These juices are not medications. They do not replace your doctor or your treatments. But as part of a balanced diet, they can make a real difference. Not a dramatic overnight transformation, but a gentle, progressive change that builds week after week. Mornings that feel lighter, afternoons that feel less foggy, evenings of reading that feel more enjoyable. That is the goal. Not a radical change. A better daily life. The quality of life you deserve, and that your body is still capable of giving you. So here is what I am suggesting. Today, choose one of these 4 juices. Just one, the one you already have the ingredients for. Make yourself a glass. Drink it at the right time. And do it again tomorrow. 1 glass, 1 day at a time. It really is that simple. If someone close to you, a spouse, a friend, or a sibling, is struggling with eye fatigue, mental fog, or simply that feeling that the years have taken something away from their sharpness, share this with them. Sometimes the most beautiful thing we can do for someone we love is to tell them that there is a path forward. Your brain has not given up on you. Your eyes have not said their last word. They are simply waiting for you to give them what they need. Take care of yourself. I will see you very soon.